Ballarat. Good morning, Amy. How are you going?
Good morning, Dominic. Thanks for having me.
Why are you standing for council?
I believe in strong leadership, and I believe that Ballarat deserves strong leadership. People in their 20s, early 30s, or 20s, 30s and early 40s haven't traditionally been involved in local council. At present, we only have one person who's in their 30s involved. I think it's important for young people to put their hands up so that there's a cross-section of people represented on council.
Now, I guess traditionally younger people around your age aren't very interested in politics, least of all federal elections, and state elections. It's hard to engage with them, but what about local government? I just wonder what your friends have had to say to you since you told them you're going to stand for council. Do they care?
Traditionally, younger people are quite disenfranchised in regard to politics. I feel like younger people don't necessarily have a voice. And when I say young, I don't necessarily mean, or I do mean 18 to 25, but I also mean people in their 30s and 40s. It seems to be, in the local situation, it seems to be an arena that people who are in their later years enter into, which is great. We've got some talented people in that area, but we've also got some young people who have progressive views in regard to sustainability and the environment and areas like that, and that could be really beneficial to local council.
So what's your background?
I'm a health worker. I work within the health industry in Ballarat with the community, encouraging them to choose healthy lifestyle options. Community health is something that's really important to me and important to the community. It permeates every area of the community, and if elected, I'd like to see community events that bring people together so that they're socially connected. I'd like to see a focus on improving our walking trails and bike tracks, on things like that. And really looking after the health of our population.
Are you happy with what the council's been doing up at Lake Wendouree over the last few years? I mean, arranging for ensuring that extra water was, they lobbied the government and finally got extra water in so that the lake wouldn't dry out again.
Lake Wendouree is such an integral part of our town. It's at the centre of our town. It's a beautiful jewel, and it's a beautiful place where people go to enjoy for recreation and to enjoy themselves. And I think it's really important that we have water in there so that people can continue using that area.
Now, there are a couple of issues that are ongoing for the City of Ballarat that will be handed on to the next council, the main one being the Civic Hall. What would you like to see happen with the Civic Hall site?
The Civic Hall saga, it has gone on and on and on, and there has been very little action regarding this site. The council have wasted $2 million in inaction in this area. Excuse me. The council has generated these $40 million plans.
And they've walked away from that now, though, after a consultation period.
Yeah, but that's been done really back to front, Dominic. Instead of consulting with people straight up and finding out what's important to the community, they made these plans, and then there was this enormous community outcry, and they've had to actually go and employ these expensive consultants from Melbourne to come in and do the work of the councillors. It's a councillor's job to know what the community wants. That consultation should be ongoing, not by employing these experts from out of town. Plus, there's plenty of local resources there's plenty of experts within Ballarat that we could use for that engagement rather than, it's important to bring business to Ballarat and use local resources, not go out of town.
The council held 3 community forums on the Civic Hall. Did you go to any of those?
Yes, I did. It was an interesting vibe there. A lot of people are for the retaining of the building. There was some research undertaken which indicated that 70% of the population actually wants to retain that building. So I think council needs to act on that issue now. I think we've done plenty of waiting around and plenty of consulting, and now we really need some action. It's gone on for too long.
So, back to my question, what would you like to see done with the site?
What I'd like to see done with the site is based on what comes out of those consultations that happened. It's not an individual choice, and it's not a councillor's personal opinion that should matter. It's what the community wants to see done.
Okay, so the majority of people, from your understanding of that process, want to keep the building as it is, or want to retain the hall itself, or what's there, and then any ideas on how you'd like to see it used into the future?
As I said, what I would like to see done with the hall is what the community would like to do with it. One thing which I'd like to do with that area is explore the options for car parking. At present, Ballarat CBD is bursting at the seams in regard to parking. It is so hard to find a place to leave your car when you come to Ballarat to enjoy Ballarat's beautiful city centre, to spend money at local shops and with local traders. And if you look at the Ballarat train station car parking, that's also bursting at the seams. We need to find somewhere such as the Ballarat Library that could be expanded by 2, 3, 4 more floors if possible. And that would then relieve the pressure off the train station so that people can use sustainable forms of transport and less impact on the environment.
So build on that car park that's already at the library and put that up a few floors to get some more spaces there.
If it's practical, yeah.
What about the ongoing issue of the sale yards in Ballarat? What would you like to see?
There are contractual issues with the sale yard which are currently sitting with the City Council, which obviously we are not privy to. Agriculture is such an important thing to Victorians, and it's the backbone of Victoria. So it's important that we have a state-of-the-art facility where people can trade their livestock. Obviously, in December, we're going to find out the new location for that.
Well, that's the deadline anyway. If the company can't
that's the deadline for regional infrastructure.
Come up with one, yep.
So I think then we can see the next decision that we're going to make once that site's revealed.
So if they reveal the site, which they may not do, but if they do, then move ahead with that. What about the Bridge Mall? You've got a few thoughts on the Bridge Mall in Ballarat.
I feel like Bridge Mall, the community and Bridge Mall Traders Association, the traders within that area, have been really let down over the Bridge Mall issue. It is such a beautiful part of Ballarat. It's such a central location, and at present there's a really slow flow of traffic through there, traffic meeting people. I think what we need to do is consult with the community about how they want to best utilise that space to really reactivate it and get people back down there again.
Would you like to see vehicles going through there again, perhaps as a shared zone?
I think that's an option, but it's not an option that I would be pushing at this point in time. And once again, it's not necessarily about what I think, it's about what the community wants done with that space. As a councillor, it's really important to continually engage with the community about what they want in Ballarat.
18 minutes after 7, ABC Ballarat, and our guest is Amy Johnson, 24 years of age, and she's going to stand for council in the elections in October. Around half the councillors currently on council won't be standing again. Judy Rillin is one. She's taken up a role as chair of the committee for Ballarat. And there are others as well. But I got a text through, Amy, that says everyone is sick of local government wasting ratepayers' money. What's your response to that?
I think council has to get back to basics. Roads, rates and rubbish are the areas that people go on and on about. I think there's a lot of add-on programs that council undertakes, and I think until they've got the basics right, get back to basics, cut the fat, they really need to just get rid of these other add-on programs, or maybe scale them back until we've got things like our roads right. There's so many potholes. The quality of the roads around Ballarat is so poor.
Also, the weather over the last 12 months has contributed to that, of course. The rain.